You don't have to lock that off that good. It's just an intro.
What am I introing?
What are we going to do? Tell the audience what they're going to learn.
All right, so I contacted Ryan a while back because we do this technique in canyoning called a guided rappel, and I've always been really curious about the forces that a system like this will put on the anchors. There's a couple of triplex bolts here that he's tested and I feel pretty confident about. There's a couple of triplex bolts down below that I'm going to put the bottom anchor on. We're going to put a lot of tension on this line and it'll kind of look like a zip line while somebody's rappelling. We do this to avoid a major hazard that's like down here that I don't want Ryan to go into because he's not ready for it and he'll just be really freaked out and get stuck, and Joe and I really don't want to do a rescue today. So we're going to build this high-risk system to keep him out of danger. But I really want to know what's kind of going on with this because we like to talk about these big things and they're needed for these certain situations, but we don't fully understand how much force is being applied. So we're going to find that out.
So how long before we should start worrying?
With Brent, we'll give it an hour or so.
Because if somebody just stays in there for 10 minutes, isn't it just too late anyways?
These pockets are there.
I didn't find very many yesterday.
There's an art. You put your head down, let the water sort of do this. Little pocket of breathing.
So what are you doing holding this rope here?
Keeping it from getting all tangled up on Brent.
Yeah.
We got a little premature and threw ropes down and then had to talk about what we were doing and filming here for 10 minutes, and during that time we got all tangled up. If you can see at the very bottom the orange and white ropes there, all clustered together. And now we have to take the time to fix it. Stuck over there.
What's funny is we did a whole demonstration earlier on showing ropes getting stuck.
That's true. It's the time to do that.
And they didn't get stuck in our demonstration. Okay. Awesome. This is a perfect example of why you don't throw your entire rope into the water if you can help it. See what happens when you zip line without the guided rappel. That looks fun. Maybe I should explain what's going on here. So these are two chains coming to a single point. We use the carabiner to the soft shackle. Soft shackle is nicer to the line scale and it orientates it generally the way I want, but now the screen is facing this way so we can still film it. To the soft shackle, the carabiner. Now normally they have it blocked off so when they pull this it gets stuck. But because we want to get the force on the load cell, we temporarily club hitched both lines. We have, it was at 1.2 and down there 1.05. And it's already settled to 0.87, 0.85 before Joe actually starts rappelling. Now, what's your theory? Do you think this will get higher and that'll get lower? Or do you think they'll both go up when you're rappelling?
They'll both go up. I believe the upper station will have a higher reading than the lower station.
That's my theory. And you're rappelling on the shoestring?
6 mil shoestring.
Wow. 6 mil. What's the cord? Dyneema?
I believe so, yeah.
You're hoping so.
Yeah, I am.
All right. So you're rappelling, but your personal anchor is attached to this line, pulling you out of the water?
Exactly. My short anchor will just ride down this line, and so as I rappel down, I'll separate from the water flow and the cliff face more and more as I get out here.
How much does this normally stretch? You're obviously not going to be this high.
No, it'll sag quite a bit.
But out of the water at least.
Mostly out of the water, yeah. I'll probably touch that water right there at the lip, but then I'll be out of it.
And why do you have a PVC pipe here? Do you plan on doing sprinkler repairs?
I plan on filming myself as I go down. It's gonna be super awkward, and will probably be like just the wrong angle where I'm not quite in view. But
And wobbling the whole time.
Yeah. It'll be worse than GoPro on the head footage.
All right. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this guy, peak force, but also live reading because we want to see what's going on. And why is he gonna get on there as well?
So I'm gonna go down about halfway, and then I'm gonna stop and pretend I got my hair stuck in my rappel device, and I need to be rescued.
Do you pretend because you don't have a lot of hair?
That's the bald man phony scenario. I wish I had the hair to get stuck. I don't.
Okay.
So that's my scenario. Then he's gonna actually send up to me and untangle me, and then he'll rappel down, and then I'll rappel down. So we'll be double loading this guy. We want to see how much force that does.
All right.
In case an actual rescue needs to be performed on a guideline, which would be very interesting.
All right, I'll grab the popcorn and watch. 1.3, 1.4, 1.7, 2.5, 2.7, 3, let's do peak. 3.39. Interesting. It's going down to 2.9 now. 3.3 was the max force. 3.5, 3.7. 3.9. 4 kilonewtons right now. 4.02. 4.07. 4.12. Or 4.43. The closer he gets over here. 4.51. Current load is 4.4 to 4.5 with a peak force of 4.8. So we're at 2 kilonewtons. And they're going down. All right, explain to me how you did your rescue.
Well,
and what you don't like about it.
I want 2 progress capture devices on the rope when I'm ascending, and I want to be connected to both. So I used the micro traction as my main body point.
Okay.
I think the first time that I did it, I think it was too long. I had the lanyard on it, was too far away. So I want to try it with my body more in line with the rope this time, because I was really working my arm strength a lot and not using my legs at all, which is dumb because my legs are a lot bigger muscles. So I'm going to try to see if I can come up with the lines up so high, see if I can get high enough to where I can clip this directly to my harness. That'll put me on really nice. And then I'll use my long lanyard in basic as my second connection point on the rope. And then my foot loop will go from there through there, and then I'll do this little caterpillar thing.
Yeah, having this closer, like right there.
I think it's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, huge difference.
We'll find out.
Okay, so Joe's up there right now. He's gonna come down, we're gonna redo it all while I keep an eye on this load cell. 2.3, he's in the water. 3.2, ah. That's higher than I thought. Okay, there's a lot more force on this than I thought. 3.4 is the highest I've seen, 3.5. 3.5. Okay, so why are you doing this?
We're just in a second. So this is going to be my foot loop. I'm going to try to connect myself to this point, and then this is where I'm going to slide this up, and I'm going to step down here, and it'll move this up. So I'm going to go up like a little inchworm.
Cool.
But I'm going to see if I can do a Ryan Jenks special move and get my body up there. We'll see.
What are you going to clip it to? Let me see it first.
Try to clip it.
Like, you want to know that before you do a sit-up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move some of this out of the way. That's probably smart. If I was smart, I'd do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. See if I can clip
your ring is fine.
All right.
So your heel is everything. Yep. So the problem is, like, you need a second carabiner almost. I think I would do 2. 2 carabiners is still close enough, I think. Yeah. But that's auto, like, triple auto locking. Annoying. Well, let's see how good you are. Yeah, there you go. Hey, oh, come on. Don't suck. You got this. Oh, good. You got a loop. You got your loop.
I got something.
Perfect. You slide that up. How's that working? Better? All right, well, what force you at? Ooh, 3.8.
Bouncing as much.
Now, of course, we retensioned this. We pulled out a lot of this before I came down. 4.2, 4.3. I saw 5. Wow. 5. Oh, wow. $5.07. Pretty high. Interesting.
That's exhausting. Fixing problems you cause.
To fix a problem that didn't exist.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
He doesn't even have hair and we didn't even realize it.
No. No.
Oh, you bought that line?
That's really hard. I hope I never have to do that, and people always do things correctly.
Well, then you're in the right industry.